hotly contested champions here in CN has been Medway.
Big respect. I mean, this is now we're seeing the standard CN conference meta and bands. You know, a huge respect on the support, huge respect on the Zoe. Oh, this is a fresh one though. Senna. Normally we do see it being let through because there's a possible response for a Ziggs instead of the Galio. But this time FPX wants to shake things up, taking away the Senna as well. So no sustain. The Shadow course will never see the light of day.
Wait, have you ever casted a Shen game? At least during day number 1?
No.
Not yet?
No. I believe
you're trying to remember?
Wasn't a
Okay,
no
I guess the
Shen
answer is 0, right?
Yeah.
Shen is
No
just
Shen.
a huge pick. Even NJX was respecting the power of this Shen. But this is also a very good first pick for the side of EDG. Could go to the hands of Xzhang. And we all know how scary a Camille is.
So they're letting fighters. There's transitioning towards fighters this time, ditching out the first pick on the Senna, the mages being prioritized. Not anymore in this case. They want someone that can actually dictate the tempo of this game pretty early on. A lane dominance in the Baron lane.
Yep. Something that can win against the Camille is the Fiora, just because you can negate a lot of the kits of Camille by going for lunges. And again, like with a very timely riposte, you can negate the Hextech ultimatum, maybe even the hook shot. And a very good trifecta for EDG right away here, Giyang. Not only locking in Camille, but supplementing it with 2 of the champions that is almost a perfect fit with her. Camille goes in, Hero's Entrance, plus Mega Inferno Bomb. A lot of AoE to the side of EDG.
That is a lot of AoE indeed. You have a really good entry as well. Hook shot into the Hexacle Kingdom. His entrance into the Mega Inferno Bomb. They're going all in on this. Definitely. Riven as well is available. Maybe they want to back in on that. Maybe a Yone for an additional entry too. There are a lot of options here for EDG and FPX. They should maybe try to have some protection. Karma is a good touch towards the first 2 picks here of FPX, especially if you want to give some movement speed here onto Fadou. And I guess a Gragas would be a big part as well in trying to separate the members of EDG. But so far, they're kind of lacking in, resistance towards the engage here of EDG still.
With only 1 explosive task available in every clash, I think Chao has to be mindful in his usage to make sure that whatever engage EDG plans to go for, they have a corresponding answer. But it's not just the cask, right? Like, you will always have the access to Transcendent Embrace, and if you're FPX, I feel that you would be playing for the side lane, which means that this Fiora would be the win condition for FPX.
We have seen a lot of talented Fiora players in our time, and this has been really a big important champion if you want to set up a tempo. FPX hovering a while ago, it said, and that shows that they want to have that early game pressure, definitely, since the lineup of EDG is actually really scary when they group up. Kha'Zix is something that they can utilize in isolated targets, but yeah, I love this duel.
Yep,
Kha'Zix, Lee Sin
versus Lee Sin, 2 of the most aggressive junglers that we have in the game, can be effective pre-level 5 and is almost as scary post-level 5. The only thing that I'm looking at right now, if I'm FPX, is how do they really hold their opponents? Because there's really no heavy crowd control that they have. Yes, Gragas possesses some stuns. Yes, you have roots from Karma. But I feel like a double assassin composition towards the lineup of EDG. There is really no good way for them to lock down this Riven if he ever goes in. Even the Camille should have, the ultimate freedom of going in, go on stasis, and then just jump back out.
Okay, so with the lineup of FPX now, they're fully banking on early game. Zed, Kha'Zix, Fiora, those champions need opportunities to set the tempo for the team. And when they do, it's really hard to actually deny them from being aggressive. And EDG, they have an aggressive lineup as well. The Lee Sin, the Riven, and the Camille, they're the ones who will be trying to resist those forces from FPX. But they have a much more stable late game scaling, especially with this one. The Ziggs, the Galio, team fights are going to be very scary coming from their side.
It's so hard to define whatever win condition that we have in terms of where they're really strong at here, Kiyong. What I know is that Fadou would be the star of the show for FPX. That in order for them to win, Fadou has to be unrelentless, has to be the star. Because looking at their lineup right now, although they have the Zed, although they have the Kha'Zix, it feels to me that these two champions would be playing as the shadow to the Fiora's 1v1 potential. Remember when I said that, Baron laners, at least in some games, are side characters? Not in this game.
Not in this game. They're the ones to be looked out for sure. Also, the junglers, they're going to be helping. They're going to be that supplementary to making the plays, providing the windows of opportunity for our Baron laners, especially that they are, champions itself are very aggressive. Riven versus a Fiora, it is a really, really scary matchup as well. Yodo in the mid lane against Sky would kind of sit better on the Camille, given the adaptive defenses. So that is actually a nice response that they do have towards Zed.
Sure. And on the top side, even this Riven versus Fiora matchup is Riven favored, right? As long as you have the Ignite, there is a potential for you to kill the Fiora. And so, if you are FPX, a lot really lies towards Chao, towards their jungler, to be able to mitigate some of these losing lanes, because both these lanes are kind of hard to win.
Portal battle as well, and Hudie and Chao just poking at each other. Well, they do lack the necessary damage for the execute. It's still fun to see as they make their way through top lane to help out Xzhang and Fadou.
Yep.
And this is to be an important factor here of EDG and FPX, helping out their Baron laners get tempo, especially later. The junglers will eventually go towards top side. Eventually, the HP bars of Fadou and Xzhang will go towards half, and that will be the go time for either team to actually go win.
Yep, and just looking at how they manage the wave top side, it is allowing EDG to pose a threat of a dive. They still have the cannon minion ready, but I think Chao and Fadou was able to at least clear the necessary amount of minions, so no dive is imminent here on top side. So full clear for both sides. FPX jungler was spotted by the ward here on the bot side, which means that if you are EDG, you will have more freedom to play your lane.
Much freedom. I think they're just going to be looking into what FPX is going to be doing across the map, waiting for an angle where they can actually counterplay as well. Because FPX, they're gonna be looking for fights. They're gonna be looking for ways to win the early game. It's just so difficult given the matchups that they have right now. That's why we're seeing kind of like a slow tempo of this first few minutes of the game. But they're gazing against each other. They're sizing up each other and waiting to find that right opportunity to actually strike.
Yep, and this is far from what happened during game number 2, in where we saw a bloodbath, right, from NGX and Choice Esports. This is more of a calculated approach towards the game, in where it's more of like a chess match. Whoever gets more information would be allowed to go for aggressive plays. So passive, yet I would say calculated for both sides.
kind of like fencing, you know, just being on guard as always. But now, actually they commit. Oh, that is unfortunate for Xzhang. He will fall down after taking a tower shot. Now FPX, they go stepping on the gas pedal. Finally, they back away, but that was a breaking point. That's the thing that we have been looking forward for a while ago.
And the big punish from EDG. I know that they invested a lot by going for the hero's entrance, but all those resistances was actually enough to get that leg up. That 1v1 between Riven and Fiora, as we said, is Riven favored. And as soon as you know that the riposte is already down, it's going to be the go time. Unfortunately, Chao, again, with the explosive cask, was able to deter that all in.
So good on that task, definitely. Helped out, Fadou win the matchup as well. So that's momentum so far. The FPX is gathering in this early game. It's not that of a lead just yet. It's just a breaking point, a short one, in fact. But we're about another one as the objectives are about to spawn.
Serpent's Fang completed already for the Z, which means those adaptive defenses would be rendered useless, at least, in the next few minutes. FPX in the possession to go and secure this Rift Herald. We all know that Rift Heralds really dictate tempos, at least in the early game, but the Infernal Dragon is open for the taking. Is this a good trade? I don't think so. Infernal Dragon is still a juicy target for almost all teams.
And EDG, they have this scaling composition that can actually strive when they... I mean, even if you don't have the scaling composition, if you get those elemental dragons, help you so much. And here's the thing about RH as well. If it gets neglected, if it gets taken down or even denied, because it's very possible here in Wild Rift, then you pretty much will win nothing. So it puts more responsibility towards FPX now to fully utilize this RH. Hopefully they do, especially that they do have this early game lineup.
They can go and really help out Fadou here. If it gets someone in the Baron lane, that means that FPX is just so ready to play around their superstar Baron laner. That's it, right? If it ever gets someone here in the lane, I feel that alone should have enough wave clear to thwart off any attempt. So if I'm FPX, I would play around the Baron lane and we'll try to take down the first tower there.
It's going to be difficult though in the case here of FPX. But
the 1v1?
It's actually... Oh no. Okay. Chao Zhang gonna be struggling a little bit. Here comes Jiangzhi. But good answer here on the side of EDG. Ooh. Number 7 almost got taken. He actually goes in here onto 8-13. That leaves only Chao in this area. He has to fall back. Nobody's gonna be there to save him, but slippery.
No. Okay. And
very slippery.
After so many things that did happen there, in the end, FPX was even able to summon the Rift Herald here in the mid lane, leaving it to 40% health. Alone trying to clear out this Rift Herald will be finally successful in doing so, but not to a point that the tower goes unscathed. FPX still getting small wins after small wins in the early parts of this game.
One step away from taking down the tier 1. I mean, that is a start. But EDG does possess the forever objective, you know, the Ocean Drake that's gonna be helping them in terms of sustain later on. In terms of the pace of the game, actually, it's still kind of slow. We're just waiting for them to actually set up a team fight once more here. But it has been a long-standing battle in the top lane. We do see Fadou and Chao Zhang battling against each other, poking at each other from the very beginning. And other champions have been, rising up as well. Sky and you going alongside with them already. We do see 8-13 and Alone joining as well, because now they have their items, now they have their damage.
On the bot lane though, Sky is feeling the pressure from you, which is interesting. Again, when looking at both, it seems okay. Now it makes sense. You does possess the Hull Breaker, And as long as you have the cannon minion standing, push should be on your side. That's what's happening right now. If you're the Z, it's not going to be... It's so hard to face against Hullbreaker users because one, they can force you down to your tower as long as the cannon minion is alive. Two, there's a lot of base HP that comes with that item as well.
Yeah, so difficult. So in a 1v1, Sans said is pretty much... Sky is gonna have not the best of time. Maybe a different lane, but I don't... Gonna be nervous for him if he battles against Xzhang as well, because well, it's a Riven. It will not fall back when someone goes in onto him. And FPX are starting to, you know, it's just 9 minutes into the game, but I'm sensing that they're starting to lose some options here. Hopefully they open up more, especially that Chao has gotten, you know, a couple of tricks left in him, especially after a while ago, you know, the cast allowing them to get a kill onto Zhang earlier. Maybe we can do it again here.
Yep, Hero's entrance.
Oh, Fadou as well. We'll flash away for the meantime, but with those expended ultis and flashes, EDG are now posting towards this RH. FPX, Jiangzhi, can he actually get the steal? They are going to be attempting to do so. That's a nice cast, but still, it is going to be EDG securing the objective.
Rift Herald for them could mean that they could easily destroy the first tower. Remember, they still have the Ziggs. All you have to do is to put the tower of the opposing side to a very critical health, and you can use your satchel charge for that instant injection of gold. But FPX knows that the EDG is currently critical in health, which means that they have the better possession towards this dragon. The first dragon went over to the side of EDG. FPX wants to get even. But Jiangzhi finds a target.
Scary for you right there. FPX looking for opportunity. That is good for them. But it's only a matter of time before their composition falls off. RH gonna be spawned in the mid lane, tower takedown for sure, and immediately turned into attention towards this Ocean Drake, in which FPX is gonna struggle contesting actually, given the lineup that they do have. They tried earlier, and we saw what happened there, and EDG, they're just not gonna be scared at all with the contest of FPX.
A level advantage for Zhang as well. This Riven versus Fiora matchup between Fadou and Zhang has been one of the difference maker, at least in the early parts of this game. There's a goal lead in favor of EDG, and this Ocean Dragon could be very big in terms of what it could bring to your overall team fight prowess come late game. So EDG wants to really secure this.
Can FPX contest? I mean, they're looking for a flank. We do see Fadou actually going from top lane to mid, but he will be spotted out here with Zhang. Starting up the Ocean Dragon is gonna be nice, but it's also kind of scary here for EDG, especially with A13 and Chao just poking them out constantly whenever they try to get close towards this dragon. Is stalling the game out. 12 minutes in, still just one kill the entirety of this game. It has been a really slow but very scary. I mean, they have been sitting on a stalemate for the past 12 minutes, and it's like the ocean, right? When you see it being so still, when the water is so still, it becomes really scary because you don't know when it's actually going to shake.
I'm not sure about that. I'm not an ocean person, but there we go. EDG.
They are going in. Cast gonna be used. A nice engage actually by Zhang. Fadou splitting the team up, and the 1v1 is definitely going to enhance Heroes. Zhang. Ocean Drake has 2000 HP, but as the Hex that goes through here from you, it's separate SkyFL. Now they go towards commit. It's gonna be a Ziggs against the Dragon. Now, what will FPX do? They go on to the Galio.
Resets.
And they have now the resets coming in from Jiangzhi. Jumping up and down. Almost getting the kill onto Xingdo 7. But they're gonna be happy with that. EDG, they got the Dragon again.
That was a perfect opportunity for FPX to really go for the punish. And although there is a kill advantage towards their side, looking at the bigger picture, the Dragon still went to the side of EDG, and the scaling of EDG is going to be very scary. Now Jiangzhi didn't really get the resets. Had it been, it was a difference of one reset. One reset could have been the biggest difference maker there. Jiang, and with that not happening, EDG is happy by getting the Dragon.
Yeah, Jiangzhi has been looking for the opportunity for the reset for the entirety of the game, but unfortunately he couldn't find any. And that was the closest, but still lacking.
Can I just say Alone hasn't bought boots yet? He's already all on his way to his third item. He has the Ludens, he has the Rabadons. Well on his way towards his Void Staff, probably. But there's been no boots. As in even the cheap one, the base boots, none of that. Huh?
Well, has to throw the Mega Inferno Bomb. It's gonna be okay.
As long as you are within safe distance, right? Like, and that I think is what's lacking on the side of FPX. They cannot really penetrate through angles in where they can be, I would say, surprising.
Oh,
but
speaking of which, though, this might be the chance for Jiangzhi to get the reset. Never mind, Hero Entrance cuts off the path, as Zhang will be able to escape. They even get a turret as well towards top lane. FPX are slowly losing their grip here.
Yeah, I mean, oftentimes whenever we see a double assassin composition, one would cover the left side while the other will cover the right side, right? Trying to find the opportunity to flank from an angle that is unexpected is the way to go. And with no kill pressure at all from both these assassins, I mean, I have to give it to Alone. He's been doing a good job of making sure that he goes unchecked and he will survive from any potential engages from these assassins. But to me, it's more of a reflection of how FPX has been playing this matchup. They've been so linear, they're going to go all in on just one angle.
Speaking of all in, top side, Sky will not get a kill onto you. Jiangzhi wanted to get that execute, but fortunately they just couldn't do so.
Okay.
Now the Gragas is in trouble. Cho's still gonna be able to body slam away. Now teleport even incoming. Here comes Zed once more, but I don't think FPX can go much further than this. But Fadou still wants more. Maybe just get the town.
And then FPX, amidst all the chaos that did happen, Guillaume, we were able to take down the tower in the mid lane and also in the Baron lane, erasing whatever gold deficit was at that point. And looking at this, FPX is showing some signs of life.
That's what they need. Hudie though has the flank. No follow-up though coming in from the rest of the members. You know, EDG, since side laners or solo laners are on the side lanes, making sure that they have full grip on the wave management and also the resources coming through. And it's something that EGD has the luxury to do so, given the lineup that they do have. It's FPX that should be, looking for those pick-offs. And as long as the time goes by, EDG is gonna be buffing up even more. They have 2 dragon stacks going for the third now in the next 30 seconds, and FPX slowly losing more and more options.
And now the window for them to punish the Ziggs that didn't have any boots, nor Stasis Enchant, is gone. He now has a Stasis Enchant right away, which makes things more difficult for the assassin lineup, and that's so sad if you're FPX, right? Like, you have to be able to make some plays here and fast.
What will be the play though of FPX? They've been trying this for so many times already. We want to look at Chao making the set, but it's so difficult to do so when Hudie just follows through with the hero's entrance. With the Mountain Dragon ready right now, it's most probably gonna be gotten here by EDG unless they make a play. It's like 4 people here chasing down Fadou, and it's just really unfortunate. Both Stasis, Jiangzhi as well. Fadou survives actually. Jiangzhi is chasing down the other members though. 813 going with the ult. Not much damage, but the Mega Inferno Bomb though deals a lot. Jiangzhi will be able to escape. That's another Shield of Duran here by Hudie to chase down this Gragas and FPX. They're trying to escape. Some of them are being able to do so, but will they be able to Sky? Almost got the outplay. Nice dodge. Everything goes in. That's the reset. That's the stasis. But can he actually survive? Hudie has success as he has his protection. But FPX, it was a really scary fight.
It's a chaotic fight indeed, and Jiangzhi really found alone by his lonesome, but alone still survived that engage from Jiangzhi. Now the prize of it all is EDG getting another dragon, unless
no steal. Here comes Deathmark coming their way. 1-for-1 trade. Jiangzhi was just too far away, but he's eyeing on alone. He smells him, but Hudie is just doing a really good job. Hextech ultimate him as well onto 813. That's just all alone. Nice teleport coming through. Jiangzhi really hungry for those kills. Yudo is just so tanky.
And it's just so sad. If you're Jiangzhi, as an assassin, you should be able to get kills, right? Like, isolated targets is basically how you utilize Kha'Zix, but oftentimes, you know, it's very unlucky for him. Look at Jiangzhi here. He goes for alone, and alone only flashes. Doesn't even need to use the stasis, and that actually was very pivotal because by surviving, he's able to throw the Mega Inferno Bomb in the process, and with the amount of HP missing from FPX, it's go time from EDG. Hudie is so tanky, trying to box is able to box out what 3 people, 4 people, and Jiangzhi, the middle of it all, again he was able to get at least one. It's not enough, right? Like, look at Jiangzhi, he had the edge of night, but that's it.
Wow, round 2 immediately. FPX actually has a nice set, doing a lot of damage. Hudie is very low, but now with the Mega Inferno again, Hero's Entrance as well. It's just the follow-up. EDG is just so strong in these fights, especially with the lineup that they do have. Chao Zhang will just go in, not scared at all. That
it's an ace.
Is the first ace that we have seen in the entirety of the game, and that just might be it.
Yes, with this many death timers, with this late of the game, past 20 minutes already, past 20 minutes, it should be an easy march down the mid lane for EDG. EDG gets a 1-0 here.
And a fascinating performance. Definitely, we did discuss the pros and cons of the double assassin of FPX, but unfortunately, it's not going to come their way this time around. EDG strikes in the first blow in the series, and now our match point.
So, I'm feeling so sad for the side of FPX. They have their win condition. I feel, you know, the win condition was greatly finished or denied by the side of EDG. We have to give credit to EDG, of course. Like, EDG played around their Ziggs pickup